So this person you see in front of you might not look familiar, but she's familiar to me because I exposed her a little more than about 12 years ago. That's right. 12 years ago. I have the videos actually on my website. Anybody know who this person is? I ran across this the other day. Interesting. I guess I have a pretty fucking amazing memory for at least visual because I was scrolling through this and boom. Does she look familiar? Maybe like aged 10 years or so? That's right. I said, wait a second. Wait a second. Let's go ahead and listen to this. Look at this, online courses. Everyone's selling courses. Let me tell you, if you're not a professor, and I mean a real professor, okay, you shouldn't be selling courses. You're a scammer, okay? You know, that's the thing. Like people get accustomed to things, and it's like, it's amazing to me, you know, how stupid people are, how dumb they are. They're willing. Let's go ahead and see if we can get this without an ad. Loading ad. Fucking shit. Oh, fuck that. I'm not going to watch that. Fuck the ads. It's bullshit out of the way.
All know the 2024 election is right around the corner, and there's potential for a shakeup in the stock market as a result. Big events like Fed decisions, elections, and earnings can create serious uncertainty and volatility for investors. It can be stressful, worrying about how your portfolio will be affected. On top of these major events, there are also global events that sneak up on us that we don't necessarily see coming. These can also catch traders off guard if they're not prepared. Sometimes you'll get a big...
So you can hear this stupid nonsense. It's like the content is for like 6-year-olds, right? I mean, it's like stupid. The election's coming. But let's go back. I'm not going to listen to this stupid video. Complete nonsense. Look at this. Pre-event checklist. So actually, this is a good talking point. So think about this for a second. This is all a scam. She's giving you a checklist, right? So in other words, analyze market environment, plan for different scenarios, prepare to make up portfolio, just be aware of industry. I mean, this is like for someone who's like trading fucking stocks. Do you think people can do this and beat the market? You understand? This is all designed to give you a mind fuck. This is fraud, simply for the fact that Investors Business Daily is putting out this fucking horse shit, putting people in harm's way. You can't do this. You can't do it successfully. You're not going to beat the market. You got it? This is a scam. Investors Business Daily is a scam. And of course, I've noticed Investors Business Daily, they used to go with this little fundamental thing, Ken Slim, you know, some fucking stupid horse shit, right? Oh, it's if it has this and it has this. And now what they're doing, they're pushing trading. Technicals. Oh, cup and handle. Horse shit. Investors Business Daily is a goddamn scam. Boiler room operation, right? But anyway, I mean, this is just proof right there. It's like, oh, okay, I'm learning. Are you going to beat me? No, you're not. You don't have a fucking chance in hell. Go home, dummy. Let me help you out. Let me help you for free. Avoid all these scammers producing financial content because they're there to scam you and brainwash you and just buy the S&P. You're never going to beat the S&P. But you see what's going on? And the typical person, oh, I'm learning so much. Hey, dummies, I worked on the street. I'm an insider. I'm telling you, you don't have a fucking chance. It's all designed to bring more dumb money into the market. Remember, the market has got two sides. There's the buy side, there's the sell side. The bid, the ask. Which side are you going to be on? You're going to be on the opposite side as the pros, as the insiders. And you know why? Because you got the financial media that's going to put you there. They're going to put you there through their shitty recommendations. They're going to put you there through giving you a false sense of confidence. They're going to get you there through just steering you into the gutter. Same with YouTube. You understand how it works. That's the whole idea. Okay? So let's get back now. I'm not going to play more of this shit, but I hope you all understand what's going on. Remember, I'm a very experienced investment professional, and I'm just telling you, don't be fooled by this nonsense. You will never be able to beat. Remember, this is a fucking competition. You're competing against me and Wall Street and guys that have insider information. That's who you're competing against. You will never beat that team, those people. Never. In fact, those people, that team, many of them fail to consistently beat the S&P 500. How are you going to do it? You're not going to. But the scammers out there, the financial media, the YouTube fake investment gurus, all the fucking financial content, they're going to tell you, oh yeah, I'm going to teach you, and I got the secrets, and I'm going to show you, and you can do this, and you can make all this money. They're all frauds and liars. It's a one huge clusterfuck of scams. It's a huge fucking money machine for them, not for you. You're the one giving your money away, whether you realize it or not. Now let's go back to the beginning. It's the most interesting part here, because this is where we see her name.
Is right around the corner, and there's potential for a shakeup in the stock market as.
See that? Rachel Fox. Rachel Fox. Okay. Rachel Fox. That's when I said, oh, wait a second. Because I was the only one in the world back in 2013 to have spotted this and to have taken action, to have exposed it on my website. When Fox promoted this girl as a trading guru. At the time, she was 16 years old. Rachel Fox, a small-time actress who had some part on Desperate Housewives. You can take a look here. Folks, I've been exposing this shit for, come on. I'm the fucking king. Nobody can come remotely close to me in exposing the frauds and the scammers. They don't have the intellect. They don't have the insider understanding. And they haven't been doing it as long as me. Nobody can touch me on that. Let's take a look. Okay. Look, finance career. Fox on Stocks launched in 2012 and said to be Fox's stock trading blog. You see that? Fox News, the scam network, the network that has Charles Payne, you know, the big guy who got fined by the SEC for pitching penny stocks. You know, the guy who interviews a bunch of crackpots and fucking conspiracy wackos and fraudsters. Charles Payne. You all know who I'm talking about? So Fox, the scam, folks, all these media companies are criminally insane, pathological liars and fraudsters. That's what they are. That's who they promote, all of them, including ScamTube, all media. Okay? It's a complete fucking scam. That is a fact. Write it down. So Fox News, Fox Business, they have a stock trading blog, right? And they said that Rachel Fox is a, quote, very successful stock trader in her free time. Think of that. Not only is she a very successful stock trader, she just does it in her free time. It's that easy. Yeah, she's 16 and she's a successful stock trader in her free time. Whenever she has some time, she decides to trade stocks, and she's very successful. What the fuck is this? Oh my God. I mean, can you believe this shit? And it says that it provides the best education for those wishing to learn about investing. So you see, I just exposed for you guys the big shebang, how the media works. You see that? They're trying to lure the dumbasses. That's why you dumbasses watch financial content. You read financial content. You think you're going to get an edge. You fucking dumbass. You're not going to get shit. So let's visit this again here. Let's take a closer look here. How to make your greatest investment. Rachel Fox, TEDx Teen. So let me explain, by the way, I've exposed TEDx. I mean, folks, the things I expose, I don't think anybody in the world has ever exposed. I exposed TEDx many years ago. TEDx is an absolute scam. It's a fraud. In fact, because it's associated with TED Talks is also a fraud, is a scam. Let me explain to you how it works. So TED Talks is a kind of a liberal, and it's run by the mafia, by the way. This is why you'll see many of these people, TED Talks, that are talking they're related. You got it? They will promote any con artist that is related to them, the people that run TED Talks. Doesn't matter if they're not credible. Doesn't matter if they're not credible. In fact, let me go ahead and we'll go into it later. But TED Talks, what their whole business model is to get their little group, they have all their little connections, and so they can get people to talk about things. They can call up their academic professors and this and that to make them look credible. And they're there to brainwash people with their liberal ideology, basically. Okay. And they're not credible. Any type of establishment ideal you will see pushed on TED Talks. Okay. It's complete horseshit. Now, what they do is they have something called TEDx Talks. TEDx Talks is meant to seem like it's the same. Most people don't notice it's different because they see that the capital letters TED. They don't notice the TEDx. So they just think it's a TED Talk. So they're going to automatically, subconsciously assume, oh, okay, it's credible because they have these experts on there, right? TEDx, anybody can talk at a TEDx. They are paid events. So you have to go through your local TEDx association, which goes through TED Talks. So it's basically TEDx is used as a marketing platform. This is why if you go through and look at the TED Talks, you'll see, the typical establishment fucking talking points, climate change and all this fucking bullshit and all this nonsense. And then you look at TEDx Talks and you'll see people talking about their books and promoting themselves. Okay. So you can just do a search right now. Robert Kiyosaki's probably done a TEDx talk. It's probably, how the rich want to screw you. Okay. So you can just go and search for yourself. So anyway, my point is that obviously she's doing the marketing pitch, right? And that she's, I don't know how old she was here, 16 or so. And so let's go ahead and listen to this here. How to make your greatest investment. Actually, well, you know what? Let's skip. We don't want to go too far. Let's see here. Okay, this is 2015. Let's go back a couple of years before that. Let's read this first. Rachel became involved with investing and trading at 15. Before trading, and by the way, I'm kind of curious. I thought you had to be 18 to open up an investment account. I guess I'm wrong. Maybe the laws have changed. But anyway, before trading, she was looking for ways to grow her savings and become financially independent. Notice that. Financially independent at a young age. Financially independent. Scam phrase. And by the way, let me just mention that, CNBC, they have their own version. CNBC, Make It, right? All those little stories, they're all lies and scams, right? They're all lies and scams. You might recall Kevin Pathrath, Graham Stephan were featured on Make It. And of course, Kevin O'Leary, who's related to those two shysters, he promoted them on that Make It. This is the three stooges of scammers right there. Kevin Pathrath, Graham Stephan, Kevin O'Leary. What are they doing? They're all trying to give you ideas. Oh, how can you make extra money? They're trying to lure you in. Why? They're going to sell you courses. I'm not talking about Kevin. I'm talking about CNBC. They're going to sell you courses, and you're going to listen to their content, and they're going to make money off ads. You got it? It's all there to fuck you. Remember, I'm one of the top guys in the world. That's a fact. Irrefutable fact. I'm one of the top investment analysts in the world, easily. And I'm telling you, this is what's going on. None of these fucking sources have a fucking clue. If they're going to tell you the truth, they're going to tell you trading is a scam. People that promote day trading, that's a scam. That's a lie. You're not going to beat the S&P. That's what they tell you, but think about it. Who would watch their content? Nobody. They'd go out of business. Okay? Let's go ahead and finish this. Her parents were financially aware and infused that into her life early on. At 15, Rachel began researching. She began researching at 15. That's interesting. I don't think many 15-year-olds understand how to research. I guess research is Googling. Researching how to invest and trade on the internet. She opened her first joint online trading account with their parents. Started with stocks. So I guess it is, you have to be 18, I guess. And 3.5 years later, she's currently trading stocks, futures, and options successfully. Okay. Complete horseshit. Take a look at this at the bottom. Rachel was on CNBC, Yahoo Finance, Fox Business to discuss Fox on stocks and trading, as well as named as one of Time's 25 most influential teens of 2014. I mean, folks, this tells you, right? This is proof positive. This is evidence that, number one, the financial media is a complete fucking scam. I want to include kind of a nickname there. It starts with a K. Can't say it though. Or I'll get, any type of hint that tells people, names the mafia that controls it all, and you get banned. Why is that? Why not let people try and contest my facts? You understand? It's called censorship through fear, through intimidation, through shutting you out. Got it? So, if you weren't convinced that this financial media is complete fraud, here you have it. They have her. Fox. Remember, I'm one of the top guys in the world. That's indisputable. Think about this. During that period, right, she's on CNBC, Fox, 2012, 13. Nobody wants to interview me, the guy that predicted the financial crisis in detail. One of the top investment analysts in the world, probably the number one. I should call myself the number one until someone can prove to me, right, that there is someone better than me. But I don't want that to be a focus of, the doubters. Oh, he says he's number one. And to kind of focus on that, to, kind of distract. But think about that. Nobody wants to talk to me. You understand what's going on? They want to interview people who are going to put you in harm's way. That's the business model of all media. You understand? That's ad-based content. They intentionally put you in harm's way by creating a Hollywood fiction that these people are credible. They will lie. They will create all types of things to tell you that their guests are credible. Their guests are experts. That's what they do when they put Peter Schiff on TV. They don't tell you about his track record. They will just tell you all types of fucking horseshit and make false claims. And the dummies will believe it. The same thing with Jim Rogers and the whole fucking gang. You got it? They don't want credible people who are going to tell the truth. They want to take your money through deception. Okay? And then if you ever thought that these magazine top this and that was relevant, there you go. Okay? It's just complete horseshit. So let's before we go to this, actually, let's take a look at I've got so much here. Yeah, so what you're looking at right here, you can see these are videos that I made. It doesn't tell you the date here. Let me you see this? This is Brian Rose, his website from many years ago. Okay? And you can see the date, December 10th, 2013. But let me show you here. So this is February 2013. You can see this. This is in my video archives. So take a look here. I'm going to play this. You can't. I looked for it on ScamTube. It's not there. But so let me go ahead and play this.
Thank you for having me.
Disgustingly ugly.
338 trades in 2012 with a 30.4% return on the year. Not too bad, especially when you compare it to even hedge fund managers out there. How'd you get started?
Thank you.
You know, my mom has her degree in finance, and she has.
So you hear that? So now this unattractive looking reporter is claiming that she made some type of returns, and she says, "Oh, it's better than hedge funds." I mean, do we get to see the verified data? Can we see the details? No, that doesn't matter. They don't need, the media doesn't need to show anything to you guys. You know that they can legally lie. They can lie to you legally. That's been proven in court. Okay? Even though what they're doing is fraud. You understand? And so she's going to tell you I guess she's 16 here. She's going to tell you how she's trading stocks.
They're Series 7, and my dad is just a genius with numbers, and they both, really understand the stock market, and they thought it was extremely important for me to just understand the basics even. And when they explained it to me, I kind of fell in love with the idea and the concept of being able to just buy something, have it go up or have it go down, and depending on which way you bet it, and then having it make you money. I was like, oh my gosh, that's amazing, and that's so easy. I got to do this.
You hear that? Oh my gosh, you can buy something and have it go up and have it go down. It's just so easy. I got to do it. You hear that? I mean, folks, this is exactly what the media wants. You understand? And I wanted to show you guys this because this is a long time ago. You all don't know about this. I've been around the fucking game a long time. I've been watching what the criminally insane media mafia has been doing to lure people in. Okay? This was one of the stages. We're seeing a different phase right now on ScamTube with the Meet Kevin and the Tom Nash and all these fraudsters. That game will be over in 5 or 6 years. There'll be another angle. You understand? The first scam, the first phase was the Tim Sykes and all those guys, right? Fucking scammers. Tim Sykes has gone to extreme effort to promote his fucking dream, his scam. He has paid people to be on TV to tell his fucking bullshit. Many times. This guy's a complete fucking scammer. And so you had for a long time, Tim Sykes opened up that market for, this whole, the marketing of these trading guys. And they went that course, right? And that lasted for a while. And you'll notice these little trading guys now, they're kind of subdued. They're kind of a little more low key now because they have their little cult. They don't, they're just keeping to themselves. They don't want the attention on them. They've got enough of their followers that they've been sucked into. They've got their own little portal to continue to suck people in. But you notice the big thing now is the whole YouTube bullshit. That'll fade in a few years and another game will come in town. I don't know, maybe a different platform or a different type of thing. You see? But before the YouTube, Meet Kevin, Tom Nash fraudster type of fake investment guru on YouTube, what did you have? You had these people. This girl actually started this. Why? Because, remember, she's some kid. She was one of the kids out there getting the kids involved. This is in 2013. Getting the kids involved. This is before you had trading apps. You understand? This is the early stages of this stuff. Okay? So you can continue to hear her.
I mean, obviously, I learned now it's definitely not that easy, but I think it's such an awesome concept, and I started doing it, and I got addicted, and I love it. I could not go days without it. It's wonderful.
So you are a true day trader in that at the end of every day you go home fully in cash, correct? How do you choose the stocks to bet during the course of the day?
Well, I mean, for the most part, I am a day trader. I mean, some days I will hold overnight. I mean, I do a couple swing trades or week trades. And how I pick my stocks, I mean, I'll look at a bunch of different things. I usually go on technicals, what is overbought and oversold. I try and look at stocks that are less.
Fucking idiot. Folks, let me tell you something right now. Anybody that thinks that they're going to have a competitive advantage from technicals is delusional. Okay? Technical analysis, fucking stupid. She just looks at technicals. She looks at technicals, and that's how she day trades. That's one reason why day trading is a losing proposition. You got no competitive advantage. You understand? Technicals? Sorry, anybody can read technicals. I mean, where's your competitive advantage? In fact, you're at a huge disadvantage looking at technicals. Why? Because number one, you've got computer algorithms that read the technicals much better than you, much faster than you. And number two, you have not only computer algorithms, but you got people who are front running the moves in technicals, anticipating what you're going to do. Okay? So it's a complete fucking shit show. It's complete horseshit. She doesn't know what she's talking about.
Affected by news. I mean, like, I don't necessarily trade a stock like Apple quite as much because it is so, I mean, people are always talking about it. Someone's always, and also,
Here you go. Here's your
my
pick.
favorite stuff. I just had a great short sell the other day on Tiffany.
I mean, does this girl sound like she has a fucking clue? She's a child. She's a child.
So I love that one.
Have you gotten caught?
So you understand, folks, this is the whole scam of the media. The whole scam is to lure, and keep in mind, she's a little teenage actress at the time, is to lure the kids into the stock market. She's telling you how easy it is, right? She's telling you she can day trade. Show me, and I want you guys to go out there. You go out there, you go on these fucking channels, and you contact these motherfucking frauds. Show me somebody out there who can successfully day trade consistently. Nobody. They're going to have to show me. They're going to have to prove it to me. I can guarantee you that it's probably unlikely that there's anybody out there that has a fucking clue, that has a clue on YouTube. I mean, a clue, I'm not saying is good, has a fucking clue. Okay, I'm just telling you, folks. Do you really think that people that know what's going on are going to waste their time on YouTube? Really? You really think so? I mean, this is the amazing thing that people are so stupid on YouTube. It's the dumbest fucking audience in the world. Honestly, like really, really disgustingly stupid people. People that you could make a case for sterilization. Let's take a look here. Here's another video from my archives here. So they promote this girl. They promote her website, Fox on Stocks.
So here we have Rachel Fox's website, her blog, and she wants to get the kids involved in the speculation game. You've got some of the top investors in the world who've been investing for decades who can't beat the indices. They can't beat the S&P index, right? S&P 500 index. Yet you've got this little girl whose brain is not even close to being fully developed, because as we know, the average human, the brain does not develop fully until age 25. You get a lot of development by age 21, 22, but fully on average by 25.
Actually, let me correct myself. It's more like 28 to 30. 28 to 30.
She's 16. Anyway, and by the way, I can guarantee you there are individuals behind Rachel Fox, financial entities behind her that are doing a lot of these things, that are marketing her in this whole situation. And it's unfortunate that she's serving as a prostitute, as a hooker for the financial industry. She doesn't know what's going on. She's naive. I mean, think about it. She's a prostitute in Hollywood. All these people in Hollywood are prostitutes, right? They're prostitutes for the corporations, corporate America, right? And it's extended beyond Hollywood, by the way. Today, professional athletes are prostitutes for corporate America. I remember hearing something a few months ago about some golfer I'd never heard about, left the course unexpectedly, and he just left because he was not feeling well. And then he came out and had to apologize to everybody. I'm sorry, I had this bad toothache. This is a guy who has to apologize to the press for leaving because he was feeling bad. He had a toothache. What the hell business is that? Is it of theirs? Well, I'll tell you, because all these professional athletes, they're run, they're controlled, they're owned by their sponsors. So they have to worry about how they behave. This is why I don't even watch professional sports anymore. It's a joke. It's a complete joke. Anyway, sorry for that little distraction. I just wanted to point out that anyone who has media or endorsement, which of course endorsements are tied into the media, they have any type of backing by corporations, they're garbage. They're whores. They're prostitutes. And that extends even to sports. So let's go through here. You see now she's pumping some scam sites, education partner. Yeah, right. Okay. And she's also a whore for day trading. She's pumping day trading. She's getting money to pitch day trading scams. Your odds of winning in day trading are lower than winning at the casinos. So, of course, she also is a whore for all these other financial organizations she's making money off of. And, of course, she's not unique to that. You've got all these other losers that do that as well. I'd mentioned before how Mike Shedlock is a complete whore for corporate America through his Google AdSense. And actually, he's defrauding these corporations, which he's stealing content from. He's making money. At least this girl has her own content, unlike Miss Shedlock, who cuts and pastes copyright protected articles from the media. Okay, so let's go ahead and check her partners. She's got partners. Fight Club, independent stock market research firm. I can already tell you what this is going to look like. It's going to be a dog and pony show, guaranteed. There we go. Wow. This is even worse than I thought. Look at this. Nice generic little emblem here. I mean, this is just unbelievable. Of course, they're pumping The Street, Jim Cramer's fraudulent company. Okay, Leaders Investment Club. Oh, let's go back to this. It's an elite member-only investment club. It's elite, people. It's elite. And fun, created for like-minded world changers and financial innovators. And Rachel, by the way, is a founding member of the club because she is a world changer and financial innovator. I mean, this is just fraud. This is blatant fraud, this statement. Mentor program. That's a fraud phrase right there. Mentor program. Okay. Let's look and see. Leaders Investment Club. It's a club for kids, I'm sure. Here we go. I mean, this is funny, but it's disturbing. Okay? The premise is hilarious, but when you look at the potential impact, this is very disturbing to me. Anyway, let's go and let's read their bios just for fun. I mean, this guy's like what, 16, 17 tops? He wants you to know that he's been investing since he's been 11. He's appeared on national television in Canada and on the hit TV show Dragon's Den. He's been written about. He's a contributor to CNBC. Well, of course, right? Austin Schwab. I think he spelled his name wrong. I mean, think about it, folks. Who's writing these little bios? You think that these kids are writing these bios? That's why I say they have somebody behind them. There's no doubt about it. So he's been on TechCrunch. I think that's Blage's bullshit. This is disgusting to see this fraudulent bullshit written about these kids. They make it like he's a venture capitalist. He's been a part of many business ventures over the last 5 years. What, like a lemonade stand, or what are you talking about? I mean, you know, this is really sad. Yeah, okay. This guy specializes in biotech stocks. He wants to pump his site, his service. What does he know about biotech? He's probably never even had biochemistry. Unbelievable. I mean, you know, it's just, so this is what you're talking about, people. This is, I already predicted this. You see how they want to expand this? And I can guarantee you, Fox is going to make this into more of a venture, more of a business venture as her acting, quote, career fades, right? I mean, this is just, it's disgusting. And then we have the final two individuals here. Alfonso Rodriguez aspires to become an entrepreneur and a swing trader. I don't know how old this guy is, maybe 13, 14, 15 tops. Is that what he really aspires to be? Should teens and preteens aspire to be swing traders? He doesn't even know what an entrepreneur is. He just heard the term and thinks it's cool. He's probably heard it from rappers who are calling themselves entrepreneurs, by the way, which is another joke in itself. But, I mean, this is the future of America. This is the sad thing. They're not aspiring to be professionals or you know, or even trade workers. So we don't have enough plumbers anymore, electricians, which is why the prices are so high for these skills these days. He's aspiring to be a swing trader. In other words, he's aspiring to be a parasite. He doesn't want to create any value, help any people. He wants to siphon value off of people. He doesn't understand this, of course, because it has not been explained to him. The trading lifestyle has been glamorized by the media. This is where he's getting these ideas. And Rachel Fox she's feeding the beast. She's doing, you know, her part to glamorize to teens this pretty disgusting industry. You can't make this stuff up. You know, this is just, it's mind-boggling to see this trash. And no one's coming out criticizing it. No one in the media is coming out saying, hey, you know what? Is this good to relay this message to kids? To have this 16-year-old girl who's serving as a prostitute for Merrill Lynch and for the financial industry. It's what she's doing. She's serving as a prostitute. I mean, she's used to it. She works in Hollywood, right? I mean, no one's coming out and saying anything about this. No one. Parents aren't saying anything. Parents don't see what's going on. People are too stupid to see what's going on. This is the effect that we have created by all this trash TV, this texting, which dumbs you down. This whole smartphone thing, which is basically a dumb phone, makes you dumb. Parents don't question things anymore. They don't question the impact on their kids, on society. Did parents come out en masse and protest the announcement of Ellen DeGeneres as the spokesperson for JCPenney? No, they didn't. I can tell you this. I haven't said anything about it publicly, but I actually made a phone call to the Plano office. And I told them that This announcement was not taken well by me, and I was going to contact hedge funds that I know and that I've worked with and advise them to short the hell out of the stock. At the time, the stock was around $29, $30, I believe. It could have been higher, actually. True story. And the rest is history. Okay, so here we have interesting videos. Rachel's going to be doing the videos, I'm sure. So here's some 3 comments on her videos. December 11th, 2012, Bill Nelson. Where is the best place to start trading? I read you had a place you could trade without real money. Any info for me on that? Russ Taylor, January 23rd, 2013. Hi, Rachel. I will be looking forward to watching your videos. Eager investor needing basic info to get started. Show me the way. You see what I was saying, folks? She's the prostitute to lure in people. They don't have a 16-year-old boy or some unattractive 16-year-old girl. They have this girl to lure these people in. February 6, 2013. Rachel, if you don't mind my asking, are you being compensated to endorse stock market trading? There's a person who sees what's going on. For fans, followers who would follow in Rachel's footsteps, beware. 70 to 90% of volume on any given trading day is driven by HTF, high-frequency trading. Essentially, this is trading done by computer programs using extremely advanced algorithms, along with high-speed fiber cables that allow those that have access to HTF technology to front-run the market. The strange thing is, the best HTF technology is in the hands of the largest asset holders, the so-called primary dealers. JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, Citigroup, and Bank of America are the major players. Coincidentally, sarcasm perhaps, these are the same primary dealers that have preferential first access to essentially unlimited liquidity from the Federal Reserve due to the money printing efforts of the programs like quantitative easing. What's the point of this? To urge readers to use great caution. If you try to trade as a private investor in this market, you will lose most / all of your investment. Well, and of course to the right you see the day trading ads and so forth. What this individual is saying is somewhat true. It's not as simple as that, but for the most part, what he has written is true. I don't think that this is anything that's new to people. People understand, but the high frequency trading, the big firms involved. The one thing that really stands out as being true and the most valuable part of his message, because of course you got a lot of kids reading this, they don't understand this stuff. But something that they can understand is where he says that if you basically are day trading, you're going to lose most, if not all, of your investment. But he's saying it's because of the high frequency trading that's not being provided to everyone. It's being provided only to the big firms. The reason why you're going to lose money is that day trading is gambling. End of story. Let's read this. Rachel Fox is a successful 16-year-old actress who also happens to be a very successful stock trader in her free time. And so she wants to teach you all how to trade. So think of it. She's a very successful stock trader in her spare time. But you've got professionals who've been doing this for decades, who are at best modestly successful. And they have a vast array of resources. They are going on the experience not only of what they have learned, but of their colleagues. They have, in many cases, insider information or information that could be argued to be insider, but not necessarily from a legal standpoint. And they spend all their time, and they have been doing so for decades. Yet this 16-year-old girl, whose mind is not developed fully because she's not of that age, she's an actress, and she's a successful stock trader in her free time. I have to believe that regardless of this girl's intent or knowledge of what she's truly doing, and or whether or not she's being paid to create this bullshit illusion, regardless of that, regardless of her understanding of what she's doing, whether she's completely innocent and just ignorant, or not. I have to believe either way that karma is going to hit her at some point. She's going to pay a price somehow because of what she's doing. Whether it's something in her so-called acting career or her so-called successful trading career. Maybe both. Okay, so here we hit her press page and we see some of the other interviews she's done. This is pretty funny. Look at this bald idiot. What a loser. Teenage desperate housewife star wants to be your stock trading guru. Bloomberg, Italy. So this is going global. Unbelievable. They're selling sex. She's involved in selling sex in the stock market. She's a prostitute. And she's underage. She's an underage prostitute for the financial industry. I guess it's okay if the media does it, right? The media in Hollywood. And we know who runs the media in Hollywood. It's okay if they do it. And of course, we know what goes on in Hollywood, right? What you have to do to get in the door. Here we got scam artist here. Just look at the guy's face. Can you not tell he's a scam artist? Rachel Fox taking lead role in investing. This is amazing. She gets, Huffington Post, Los Angeles Business Journal, Bloomberg, New York Magazine, Yahoo Finance, CNBC, and no one wants to interview me. No one cares about what I have to say about the stock market. This is what I'm talking about, and this relates to. Remember, I'm telling you about how Peter Schiff is a clown. This is what I'm talking about, folks. The media does not want credible experts. They want clowns. And they're going to position these clowns as authorities. This is a perfect example of that. Newsmax. Newsmax is a scam site. They portray themselves as media, but it's basically a PR site where you pay to pump your garbage. And she actually advises people to short stocks. Unbelievable. Wow. It's just a sad day. So it looks like, the financial industry has a new spokesperson now, underage. And, she's selling sex, basically. That's what they're doing. They're selling sex. She's a prostitute for the financial industry. I guess she anticipates her waning acting career as she gets older. She's already kind of creating a new stint for herself. Maybe she'll be on CNBC as a host of one of these stupid shows eventually.
There you have it, folks. That video was created by me in 2013, and looks like I was correct. She did face some karma, and she didn't quite make it to CNBC, but she made it to Investors Business Daily, doing stupid fucking videos. You see that? Wow, that's fucking sad. You see that, folks? You see that? Her little website is no longer there. I took a look, took a look at the Leaders Club, Investment Club. You see that? Because the site's gone. Apparently their scam didn't make it. And you can see Rachel's right here. So this was basically a PR campaign. She was going into the media, and she was there to basically promote this whole trading thing, right? And Fox was in on it as well, you see. I mean, think about it. They're interviewing children. The media's interviewing children. You understand? Once again, folks, this is another example of why it's so critically important for you to understand my track record and to realize I'm one of the top guys in the world. I'm one of the top investment analysts in the world based upon my track record. Now, you can't see my full track record because you don't have access to my research archives, and I don't release those because it's intellectual property. That is to say, the archives of my research are very educational, and I don't want to give that out for free. I don't want to educate people for free. But I do have my financial crisis. You can see the excerpts of the chapters of the books, and you can see the my track record, and even all of it. I don't even have time to document all of my track record. And I can assure you, there's much more. I've probably only been able to document maybe less than 10% of my track record, because I've been publishing research, more than 3 or 4 publications, monthly publications now, for more than 15 years. So you can imagine all that content. I don't have time to go through, and especially my emerging markets research. I haven't had a chance to go through all that. But the point is that it's very important for you. And it's, I guess, even if you get to know my track record, you're not really going to know who you're going to be able to compare that to. You're not going to understand. So probably the best thing for you to do is to focus on my financial crisis track record, you see. And from there, you can say, okay, who came close to this guy? Nobody. And it's important. Why? Because then you know that you're listening to a top fucking dog, a top pro who's telling you these things, which you may not normally believe. You may think, oh, well, no, this isn't. I'm here telling you, these people and their claims are they're fraudulent. People are scammers. The financial media is a scam. It's a fact. Okay? If I come out and say someone is a scammer, and we're especially talking about the financial industry, okay, anything related to investments, I'm right. Okay? I have expertise in that. It's not a fucking opinion. I have a reason why I'm saying it. Okay? So the next person I'm going to talk about here, I want to show you, and actually I got the URL because I did a search. Apparently they have a YouTube channel, but it's not active. Well, I don't know where it is, but anyway, let me show you here. Let me show you something else. Around that same time, as you had the emergence of Brian Rose. That's right. Remember Brian Rose? London Real. I knew this guy was a fraud from day one, based upon his claims. And this is his website. Unfortunately, it's cut off here, but you can read this. I mean, you can just read his fucking backstory and you can tell he's full of shit, and then see who he's associated with. After watching too many episodes of Joe Rogan Experience, he quit his job of 10 years and founded London Real in order to meet such and such Tim Ferriss. Tim Ferriss is a fraud, by the way. You can go on his channel and tell him I said so. Please, everybody, go on Tim Ferriss's channel and tell him I said. Tell him Mike Stathis, one of the top investment pros in the world, said you're a fucking liar and a fraud, and you built your whole fucking career and got all your money by defrauding people, by paying people to write fake reviews on Amazon with your fraudulent books, the 4-hour work week scam, and then your 4-hour body, your 4-hour chef, and all that shit. Tim Ferriss is a fraud. Write it down. He's a goddamn scam artist, and he knows he's a fucking scam artist. You go fucking tell him. You tell that little weasel, if he's got the fucking guts, to meet me on a neutral platform. Okay? He wants to interview influential people. How about me, Tim? Huh? You'll see, of course, Tim, like all these cons. Remember, folks, if you want to spot the army of frauds, of scammers, you identify one of them, and then you see who they hang out with. Well, go through and see who Ferriss has interviewed over the years. Guys like Tony Robbins. That's where, and once again, who do you think his mentor is? Tim Ferriss. That's why I say Tony Robbins is a very dangerous fucking scammer, because he's launched the careers of so many fucking scammers who bought into his shit. Same with Robert Kiyosaki. So, operation looks a little too sophisticated for me.
for him to believe he's just got a podcast. There's some money back in this guy. There's no doubt about it.
You see, that's what I noticed is that he just claims, oh, he took a little podcast. No, he had a lot of money setting this whole PR scheme up, okay, to make him look like he's some expert. You'll notice these guys, they come from nowhere, and they got this interesting story, and they want to lure you in as the next guru. Patrick Bet-David did the same fucking thing. You understand? Brian Rose, then Patrick Bet-David did it. You got it. You see what I'm saying, folks? You'll start to notice a pattern. There's only so many MOs that these guys can work with, right? I knew early on Brian Rose is a fraudster because he aligned himself with Max Kaiser and Peter Schiff.
Max Kaiser's a co-host. Oh, look. Interesting. Right? So he's got his politically correct rapper-looking co-host as well. Right? This guy looks like a tool. Whatever. So anyway, he's got several with Peter.
So anyway, I can't play this video because it needs to be a little bit censored. But I wanted to show you this because one of the early videos that Brian Rose did, and I knew Brian Rose was a scam artist when he was. Remember, this was around 2012. 2013, around 2012, I think Rose launched his channel, maybe 2011. And what was he doing? He was promoting Peter Schiff. He bought into the whole Peter Schiff. Oh, you predicted the dollars. If anybody wants to bet me, including Peter Schiff, go to Peter Schiff and tell him Mike Stathis. He knows damn well, he knows fucking well who I am. Okay? He doesn't want to fucking, he wants to stay as far away from me as possible. Okay? Because he knows I got his fucking number. Okay? Nobody knows more about this fucking shyster than I do. I got his whole fucking track record, his whole MO, everything fucking documented. Over 100 videos I made of this guy, exposing everything. Many fucking articles. I know his whole fucking song and dance. Okay? You can go to him, go on his fucking channel. In fact, go on his live stream. He's probably doing one right now. He does one after the market. Go in there and post. Okay? $100,000. If he can prove to me he predicted the financial crisis. You tell him I said he didn't. See what he says. Okay? You understand. Show me the proof. The only proof is what? Well, he wrote a book. Read his book. You ever read his book? It was completely wrong. Everything he said was wrong. Okay? So, my point is that if you can imagine, Peter Schiff is getting promoted night and day like crazy 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 18 years ago. Well, I'm being ignored, banned, because, well, my last name is not Schiff. You understand? We're talking about, once again, the mass discrimination from the media mafia parasites who want to discriminate against you if you're not one of them. That's how it works, folks. I've lived the fucking the song and dance. I know this for a fact. Okay? They don't want to hear from me. Okay? That's number one. Number two, well, I'm too credible. I'm too legitimate. They don't want that. No way. Now, if I were one of them, they could find a place for me on their platform. More limited, right? But if I'm a broken clock, that's when they want to make me a daily appearance. That's because that's how they're going to make all their money, steering the fucking sheep into the slaughterhouse, you see? So let me show you here. But if you can imagine, I'm ignored. Nobody wants to hear from me. Think about that. You understand? They're interviewing kids and cons, and they don't want real experts. Folks, this is the heart of what you have to understand and realize and remind yourself on a daily basis. We're talking about absolute fraud. You cannot listen to anybody in any media platform. Okay, whether it's CNBC, Scamberg, or ScamTube, you're going to get disinformation and you're going to get fucked. And they prey on people who don't know a whole lot, because those are the people who are easy to convince that their so-called expert knows what they're talking about. You understand? So let me show you here, because one of the other people that arose during this period and was on Brian Rose's show, I still have the video, with Peter Schiff, was this con artist named Alessio Rastani. Now, let me give you the backstory on this con man. And you can check out his YouTube channel. Absolute fucking fraud. Complete fucking idiot. So this is a guy who, remember, they don't want to interview the guy who enabled anybody in the world to make a fortune, or at the very least avoid the biggest collapse in world history by reading his books, which were banned. Anybody who read my books could have been privy. They would have seen what's going on, and they would have realized when I wrote an article, oh shit, this is coming. He warned about this in his book. You got it? They don't want to interview me. They want to interview guys that call themselves traders, like this guy who's never worked on Wall Street. They want to interview broken clocks and children. That's the media, folks. Understand. Those people that they tell you they're experts, they're not. When they tell you Jim Rogers is legendary, he's only legendary because the media tells you he is. Show me the evidence of anything Jim Rogers has done. I've got the evidence. The evidence from what I've seen is that everything he says is wrong. I've documented all the track records of the media's experts, and their track records are shit. You name the person. Doug Cass, Dennis Gartman, Jim Cramer, Peter Schiff, Harry Dent, Mark Faber, Jim Rogers, you name it. You name it. So we get to this guy who was on this is after the financial crisis, a few years after the financial crisis, 2013 or so, and he's on, I don't know, Russia Today or some news channel, and he comes out and says, oh, this is a trader, an amateur trader. I mean, what's a trader? You're a trader? You trade your mom's fucking IRA in her basement? Like, what is a trader? Excuse me. If you say you're a trader, that means you're a fucking professional and you make your money that way. But anyway, they interview this guy, and he says, governments don't, Goldman Sachs runs the government. They control the world. Okay. And like for that, like he gets promoted. Something stupid. No, Goldman Sachs doesn't run the fucking world. That's just fucking stupidity. Okay. And so that's his claim to fame. Okay. He's a nobody. He's doing nothing. What was he doing during the financial crisis? Well, you can take a look here for yourself. He was making videos showing you about snowstorms in Maryland. Okay. Take a look. Take a look here at the date. Yeah, see that? 2009, okay? So the point is, and then he gets a TV interview, right? Why? His whole purpose is to promote, and I'm not even sure, maybe he paid to get on the interview, because you can do that, because his whole purpose was basically to get attention. Why? Because he wants to teach people how to trade. He doesn't even know how to fucking trade. The guy's a fucking fraud. Okay? And you have people that believe this fucking guy. He's a complete fucking idiot. An absolute fucking moron. Okay? He's a fraud. Absolute fraud. All right? So he appeared on Brian Rose back in 2012, 2013 with Peter Schiff, Max Kaiser. Here's a video with him and Max Kaiser, right? I mean, it's, once again, folks, if you can spot one con man, in this case, it's obvious, Max Kaiser, then you got them all. They're all three together, right?
This episode of London Real is sponsored by Xbrain. If you live in Europe or the UK, get all of your favorite Onnit products like Alpha Brain, Shroom Tech Sport, even the Bulletproof Coffee from Xbrain. You get it in a matter of days, no foreign exchange, no customs, no problem. Go to xbrain.co.uk and check.
You see that? What's he doing, folks? What did I say about people promoting nutritional bullshit? He's copying Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan sells all this brain bullshit. Tim Ferriss, he made money selling this brain. Folks, this is fraud. People promoting, oh, it's good for your brain health. No, it's not. It does nothing. It's a fucking scam. It's what it is. They're frauds. Frauds. That's what they are. Okay?
Check it out.
Buying drugs. Okay, let's see. Well, let's talk about HSBC. Okay, there's a bank. They were caught laundering $8 billion of Mexican drug cartel money.
Yeah.
They don't deny it. They paid maybe a little fine.
By the way, in case you didn't know, let me just clarify something. All three of these guys are related. Wink fucking wink. Is that a coincidence? It seems like all the scammers seem to be related. What the fuck is going on here, guys?
60,000 dead Mexicans, war on drugs because of money laundering, thanks to HSB. They were bought by Wells Fargo, which is now the biggest.
So let me just explain this Alessio fraudster guy. So remember I told you about people who wear a suit when they don't need to, right? Why is he wearing a suit and tie? He's at home. I guess he's pulling a Patrick Boyle. You understand? So notice he's got the fucking the grease in the hair, the Crisco in his fucking hair. You see, he wants you. I guess he wants you to think he's a professional. You understand the swindle? He wants you to think that he's a Wall Street guy. He's got his suit on. I'm the fucking Wall Street guy, you stupid fucking stooge. And I didn't go to work in a fucking tie or a fucking coat. You got it? And I didn't wear Crisco on my fucking hair. You've been watching too many Hollywood fictional movies. People on Wall Street don't put fucking grease in their hair, you dipshit. That's 1980s, you dumbass.
They don't deny it. They paid maybe a little fine. And happy Warren, happy Warren.
So anyway, let's take a look here. Yeah, so here's more. So you can see here, this is from 2012. Back around this time, I haven't looked extensively. I just kind of pulled this up. You can see where he's here with this Rastani. The governments don't rule the world. Goldman Sachs rule. Okay, great. Stupid nonsense. And so it turns out, by the way, as you're going to see here shortly, I believe, that the reason why this Rastani guy got hooked up with Brian Rose is because why? Well, this was I think this was maybe Brian Rose's first gig. And you know what I mean by gig, right? In terms of promoting, Brian Rose got into the business of not only promoting his own bullshit. Before he did that, he was promoting other people's bullshit, right? He was promoting this Rastani guy's trading seminars, his trading fucking whatever. He had these trading seminars, okay? This Rastani guy who didn't know his head from his ass from trading. Didn't know his head from his ass. Fucking complete clown. That's why he got involved with this guy. And I'm sure he paid him. There's no doubt about it. And you can see here, by the way, take a look. Brian and Nick is the co-founder of this London Real. Brian and Nick are guests on the Joe Rogan Experience. You see that? You understand now what I'm talking about, folks, with Joe Rogan Anybody on Joe Rogan, you need to write it the motherfuck down. It's the default judgment. They're a scammer. Got it? They're a scammer. Anybody on Joe Rogan, by default, is a scam artist. Until proven otherwise. You have to prove that they're not a scammer. That is a fact. Okay? I'm just telling you how it works. You can go through, and if you really spend the time, if you really understand what's going on, you can document dozens upon dozens, if not hundreds of fucking scammers and disinformation con artists that Joe Rogan has promoted. That's his purpose, folks. You got it? You understand? Once again, the purpose is to promote stooges like Joe Rogan who are going to promote other fucking disinfo cons. Why? To dumb you down. To dumb your ass down. To confuse you. To make you fucking stupid. Remember, Joe Rogan was a guy promoting flat earth theory, right? Fake moon landing theory, right? And all of a sudden, he gets promoted. I told you all how it worked. Alex Jones was the guy in line to be promoted as a mainstream guy. Okay? They were promoting, Alex Jones was slowly being courted into the mainstream. That's fact. He was slowly being ushered into the mainstream. That is why he was doing interviews with mainstream media. Okay? Several interviews, gradually. Alex Jones fucked up with his Sandy Hook fucking garbage nonsense. That was over the edge. That's what got him dethroned. Okay? What happens after that? That's when Joe Rogan arose. You understand? Joe Rogan was right there ready to be promoted into the mainstream. He took the place where Alex Jones was going to take eventually. Why? Because they want stupid people. They want someone who can lead people into horse shit. Okay? That's how it works. You know, it's funny. Brian Rose interviewed Dorian Yates, this Mr. Olympia, and apparently after Dorian Yates found out, this is like, gosh, maybe like 2015 or so, after Yates found out that because Brian Rose was scamming people early on. I mean, you know, you had people on YouTube kind of call out Brian Rose after like it was already, I mean, it's like, come on, dude, you're calling him out in 2017, 2018. What the fuck? You waiting so long? Come on. Dorian Yates disowned Brian Rose. He didn't want to have anything to do with him after that. So I knew Brian Rose was a fraud based upon his little story. Just like I knew from the beginning Patrick Bet-David was a fraud based upon his story. And so let's take a look here. Take a look. So this is, remember I told you earlier about the TEDx talks. Oh, look, guess what? Alessio Rastani, TEDx talks. You see that? Look, he starts out showing you the Bentley.
Great, fantastic. Before I start, I want to ask you guys a favor. I'm going to do a little quiz. Just have that on. Who likes a little quiz? Yeah? Come on, we can try it out. Everyone up for a quiz? All right. Let's get back those slides up, guys. So the first slide is, let's get that up. Oh, I got to press forward. Oh, there we go. So who said this? If you guys know this, just say it out loud. Okay? Just not Gordon Gekko. No. Be fearful when others are greedy, and be greedy when others are fearful. Who said that? Warren Buffett. Well done. Who is Warren Buffett? Yes, he's the world's richest share investor. Okay. Remember his name, by the way, because I'm going to come back to this guy in a few moments. So what we're going to talk about today, guys, we're going to talk about how to
so how to prop from a crisis. This is the guy. He didn't. I mean, to say that he didn't predict a financial crisis is. I don't even like to say that because he's a nobody. He's a kid off the fucking street, a fraud, a nobody, and he's telling you now. He's doing a little talk, telling you how to profit from a crisis. How the fuck would he know? You understand? I'm the guy. Okay, this is why I take offense at this shit. These people are stealing my thunder. Goddamn motherfucking fraud. You tell this piece of fucking trash he's a fraud. You tell him I said so. What are you going to do, bitch? Goddamn fraud. And you see, the people that know the guy's a scammer, they move on. It's been 10 years, 15 years. He gets new subscribers because of ScamTube. That's the way the ScamTube works. Look at this. Let's read this now. Alessio trades the markets by using a proven and tested trading plan, which sets out in detail the following: a precise entry and a precise exit into and out of the markets. No guesswork. When to take profits. You see that? You see that? How to limit risk. Money management on every trade and maintaining a healthy trading psychology. So think about that. Precise entry and exit. No guesswork. When to take profits. How to limit risk. Listen, this guy's a fraud. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Trading's a fucking bullshit strategy. Okay, the only trading that's worth a damn is when you are combining fundamental analysis with market sentiment, with market forecasting, with macroeconomic analysis, with technical analysis, and looking at something like analyzing distressed securities and understanding if there's a trade there, there's a valuation trade, or a turnaround trade, or something else. That's what I do. Okay? There's no like trading, day trading, short term. You have to use expertise. You have to dig deep and understand whether a security is undervalued or excessively overvalued, right, for a reason. Now, I can tell you right now, you don't really, it doesn't pay to really focus on stocks that are excessively overvalued for many reasons, which I'm not going to get into. The real thing is to look at stocks that are greatly undervalued, okay, and to understand whether a distressed security is going to turn around or it's going to go bankrupt. That's one of my top expertise. And that's probably the hardest thing in the investment world to do. And I have an extremely successful track record on that. Now, when you're talking about making trades based upon using these types of a fundamental approach, that's different because you're taking a position, right? Or let's say, for instance, if I believe based upon certain things that we're going to have a strong Christmas season, and I identify certain securities that are beaten down, that have been abandoned by the market, and I think they're going to rebound during the season, the Christmas season. That's an informed, educated trade. You understand? That's kind of like an investment. But anybody that just goes through and makes day trades, or like technical analysis trades, that's a fucking scam. But you see, none of these people that promote that shit have the intelligence and insight to do what I'm talking about. That takes top level expertise, which even not a whole lot of pros can do. Well, I can tell you that right now. And if you don't believe me, do I need to show everybody? In fact, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show everybody just to nail down this point. Because if something came to mind, to give you just one quick example, a visual example that I think I have here. Let me find it. It nails this point down really well. I hope I got it here. Fuck. Oh, I know. It's on my desktop. Bear with me. Once again, as I said, even, professional fund managers, top pros, even they have a difficult time doing this, right? Understanding if a stock is going to turn around or not. Okay, take a look. Perfect example right here. You see that? And you may have seen this chart before. I've shown it before. Okay. This is the chart showing when I came out with a fundamental call. This is actually reminding me one of the few times, probably I guess the third time I ever recommended shorting a stock. Actually, there's a few more times in the distressed security section, but I recommended shorting JCPenney. This was a fundamental call. I saw JCPenney is completely broken. Completely broken. Okay. Notice there's two periods here. Notice before, or well after I recommended put out the short call, take a look who was piling in. George Soros bought 20 million shares, right? I'm shorting it at 40, at 26. Okay. And this is all documented in research. You can see here in the publication, 60 securities poised for huge moves. Take a look. You can look this up. You don't believe me. $16, George Soros buys 20 million shares. Shortly thereafter, Bill Ackman buys 39 million shares. Well, Kyle Bass, he sees that and wants to follow these guys. He jumps in. He jumps in at 5.5 million. Bass sells his stake after a collapse under $10, and you can see Soros gets out, and Ackman, I don't put where he got out. Take a look. You see that? These guys are thinking that JCPenney's going to turn around. And this is probably when the guy from Apple took over. The complete fucking disaster. Okay? So, understanding, the fate of the stock in terms of it's in a shift, a paradigm shift, that takes a lot of fucking skill and talent. Okay? And either you got it or you don't. I probably got it, considering I predicted the bankruptcies of many, many, many stocks. The list is very long, including JCPenney, many others. So my point is that when I talk about making a trade, it's based upon fundamentals. Okay? It's based upon fundamentals. If you're making a trade based upon technicals, you're a fucking idiot. You're a stooge. Okay? And that's what these guys, when they talk about trading, that's what they're talking about. Because they have no fucking idea. And you know what? It sells. You know why it sells? Because the stupid people who they sell their bullshit to can relate to it. Oh, it makes sense. I understand. I got it now. Okay? So, I'm not going to go through this dog and pony fucking. It's basically a stupid thing to basically sell you his services. That's what it's all about. Okay, he wants to sell you his services. Buy low, sell high. Wow, I'm amazed by the insight. Anyway, so let's hear his end pitch here. He'll have his pitch coming in the end, I'm sure.
Guess what? Most people who stayed away from stocks in 2009 because they were...
You see that? So what is he showing you? He's showing you bullshit. Bullish percent. Fucking nonsense. Folks, you've probably heard this bullish, bearish percent stuff. I'm not here to say that, my way is the only way, but I'll just tell you, I don't even look at that shit. That's just fucking stupid nonsense. Bullish and bearish percent. Okay? That's just fucking horse shit. Stupid garbage.
Here, and what do? You buy, absolutely. Guess what? Most people who stayed away from stocks in 2009 because they were afraid, they missed out on 130% gain in stocks. That's
interesting. It's interesting considering the fact that I called the bottom in 2009. You all know that, right? You all know that. First of all, I telegraphed the bottom of the Dow, FYI, at 6,500 in my book, chapter 17. I mentioned that as a bottom. And of course, that was 2.5 years before the market bottomed. In fact, I mentioned that bottom even well before the market started to fall. I wrote two articles in 2008, pointing to that 6,500 again, by the way, which you can find online. And then finally, on March 10th, I think it was, I get the dates confused because I put one out, official out, and then I put another one out, but the date was delayed by a day. March 10th, 2009, when the Dow hit 6,500, I said, this is when you start buying. You can go lower. This is when you start buying. First time I buy signal. So it's kind of remarkable. I don't even get credit for that. Think about that. You got a guy who wrote about the bottom in the Dow. It would bottom March 10th, 2009. I wrote about 6,500 as a bottom in a book in 2006 that predicted also the financial crisis. Tell me that's not like amazingly remarkable. Not just remarkable, amazingly fucking remarkable. I think it is, by the way. I think so. Okay.
Insiders, at that point, what are they doing? They're buying when everybody else is selling. Now, here's the interesting part. Notice that we haven't had a major financial crash or crisis since 2009. Statistics show that after about 6 to 7 years, usually about 5, 6, 7 years, usually they have a major correction or crash. Based on a lot of information I don't have time to discuss here today.
So, by the way, I just mentioned this stuff about me and my track record. Once again, folks, I don't like to brag, but it's important for you to know because I have been completely banned for 20 fucking years. Nobody knows about me. When you know, you're going to say, holy shit, these people are frauds. The whole system is fraud. It's important for you to know, why have I been banned? One of the top investment minds in the world has been completely blackballed. Think about that one. You understand? That's the issue. And then you see these fucking clowns and cons and jokers who are promoted. Once again, why? Because they do the bidding for the media and the advertisers. They're the stooges who pull the dumb money in. You understand? So this guy is telling you, based upon what he's studied, you got a big crash every 5 years, which is complete fucking horse shit. Complete stupidity. So, look, Alessio Rastani predicts a devastating financial crash in 2014.
I actually expect another major crisis to occur. Not as big as the one in 2008, but I'm expecting a 20 to 30% drop to occur this year. In fact, it was reported, when I said this, it was reported by the Huffington Post.
Well, Huffington Post never reported anything I had to say. Why is that? There was no fucking devastating financial crash in 2014. Shut your fucking face, you fraud. There was nothing. This guy's a fraud. He's not an analyst. He's a con man. And he's just like everyone else out there, folks. He's like all these fraudsters on YouTube. He's like all these guys in the media. You understand that, right? I'm trying to educate you people into understanding what a real fucking top pro does and is all about. So you'll know these guys are all frauds. They're all fucking fakes. It's all a Hollywood production on TV to make you think it's legitimate, and it's not. And by the way, let me just mention, for some of you who probably don't realize this, back around 2013, 2014, 2015, this was a period where the fear-mongering losers were heating up. Everybody and their mother, the fear-mongering crew, the gold-pumping crew, they were telling you the market's going to crash. Okay? John Hussman, who's part of that shit, who runs some shitty-ass funds, he was doing that shit. He's kind of the go-to guy of the conspiracy quacks, the conspiracy crackpot gold pumpers. And this guy, I did videos on him several years ago. It's a complete fucking failure. He should have gotten out of the business because he's charging fees for people to lose people's fucking money. Complete fucking failure. Okay? Complete failure. John Hussman, look him up. Okay? But you had during that time all these fraudsters who didn't predict the financial crisis, who wanted to be on the leading edge to tell you there's a crisis coming up. Meanwhile, me, no one wants to hear from me. Nobody cares what Stathis has to say. You understand? That's why, once again, folks, the more you learn about my track record, okay, about my insights, and then how I've been banned, right, for no reason whatsoever, no reason other than me being able, ready, willing, and able to tell the truth and to forecast accurately. They don't want that. They want pigeons, stool pigeons that will do their bidding for them, that will blabber their bullshit. They want to promote cons and idiots so that they can defraud people. They can pull more dumb money into the market. Remember, it's a tit for tat arrangement. Okay, a tit for tat. Kevin O'Leary goes on TV, he goes on Scam Tank, and Scam Tank tells you, well, he's a professional. He's in a suit. He's done this. He's done that. He's a great genius. He's a business genius, right? Kevin O'Leary, oh, sure, he loves that. In return, he gives them content. How does Kevin O'Leary get paid? Well, they don't pay him anything. Instead, what do? He launches businesses based upon that celebrity media status that he has, and all the fucking idiots that watch that fucking garbage show, that fake TV show, fictional garbage. It's scripted TV show. All reality TV is scripted. Fact, write it down. If you don't know that, you're a fucking dummy. Okay? Everything out of Hollywood is fake. Everything. Write it the fuck down. Okay? When they say based upon a true story, that's a lie. They want you to think it's accurate. Okay? Yeah, it's based upon a true story, but they twist everything. Okay? That's our Hollywood buddies. That's what they do. Hollywood is anything put in media. CNBC is Hollywood. It's all fiction. It's a Hollywood production. Okay? So this is a video that I did. You can see exposing more YouTube comment, and you can see November 13th or November 9th, 2013, and published 2014.
So I'm going to profile a big clown today. This is a guy who...
And you can see, by the way, this is a video. If you go on his site, this is like one of his first videos. Take a look. You can see. So this is back around 2008 or 9. Okay, so this is a video. This is the trading expert, by the way. He's a trading expert, right? He's in the news, in the media. They interview him. He's trading his courses. He's selling his courses.
Who's a complete con artist. He's involved in network marketing, all these con men who have no ability to get a real job, so they want to fleece people, sell them dreams and lies and so forth. The guy's name is Alessio Rastani. Now, you may recall the name. He was plastered all over the media a few years ago because...
You see that? You notice how I circled? He's got books that he recommends. Rich Dad. You see that, folks? Always pay attention to that stuff. I'm telling you, these guys, these scammers, they followed Robert Kiyosaki and Tony Robbins. All of them. I'm telling you. I've talked about this for years. These are the kingpins. That's the big danger of Tony Robbins and Robert Kiyosaki. Not their direct scams, but the fact that they are teaching other people to swindle. Other future younger generations. It's a huge fucking problem.
They basically found some sucker who would create drama. He introduced himself as a trader.
The governments don't rule the world. Goldman Sachs rules the world. Goldman Sachs does not care about this rescue package, neither does the big funds. It's going to crash and it's going to fall pretty hard. Protect what they have, because in less than 12 months, my prediction is that savings of millions of people is going to vanish.
See that? September 26, 2011. See that? The next 12 months, the savings of millions of people is going to vanish. Get out of the stock market. He wants to scare people. Oh my God, he's an expert. He says this. He's in a suit. You understand the media, folks? The scam behind the media. This guy's a fucking nobody. He's unemployed. I mean, can you imagine? They don't want to hear from me, a Wall Street insider who predicted the financial crisis. They want to position scammers out there whose whole purpose is to pitch his scammy trading courses. And then, of course, the media benefits because He helps create dumb money. You understand? This is how the media works, folks. I'm telling you. Whether you're talking about Peter Schiff or Jim Rogers or Meet Kevin, you understand? It's all the same shit. You're getting disreputable sources that are positioned as experts. Okay? And the platform, YouTube, is a little bit different, but it's ultimately the same. Why? Because they're selling ads for scammers, right? And, Tom Nash and Meet Kevin and Graham Stephan, all these other fucking scammers, they can, not only do they make money, and it's funny, all these guys, it's not, ads aren't enough for them. They want more money. So they launch courses and programs and Patreon. They want more and they want more and they want more. You understand? Honestly, I'm getting to the point where I think, honestly, people that get swindled, they deserve it. They fucking deserve it for being so fucking stupid and so fucking greedy. You can't be swindled if you're not greedy. Greed is the essential element, the essential ingredient that leads to people being swindled. They're fucking greedy. You understand? If you're greedy, you're not going to question things. You're going to be focusing on that money that they're telling you they're going to help you make. Greed is your worst enemy. Okay?
And this is just the beginning. So I would say be prepared and act now. The biggest risk people can take right now is not acting.
And of course, they want to, how are we going to act? Why don't you help us? It's kind of like Robert Kiyosaki. Folks, it's the typical line. Robert Kiyosaki. Oh, fake teachers. Jobs are for a scam. Everything's going to collapse. You better do something. You better get education because your teachers are fake teachers. You're getting bad education. Robert, how can we get educated? He's got in the background his fucking board game and his books. You got it? I mean, come on. You fucking kidding me? See that? So he got his little media exposure. What does he do next? I mean, folks, are you starting to see now where these people are getting their ideas from? This is back in 2012. Okay? Take a look at the current people on ScamTube. Take a look at Kevin Pathrath. You understand? Then you see how this stuff is rolled out. Kevin follows Robert Kiyosaki. All these guys follow Robert Kiyosaki. They learn how to swindle people. Your savings are about to evaporate. Strategies to avoid the coming abyss. And the sad thing is that, at the very least, any fucking stooge that believed this guy was remotely credible, guess what they did? They pulled out of the stock market, and they probably pulled out of the banks. They probably bought gold, and gold fucking collapsed from its peak by about 40%. From around 2011 all the way down to around 2013-14. Okay, I know this why. Because this is the same time when all these fearmongers were talking about all this horseshit, they were pumping gold. You all remember Porter Stansberry's End of America video? Anybody remember that? Right? It was Alex Jones was doing the commercials for it.
And since that time, he's been pumped by guys like Max Kaiser because, of course, he says what Max Kaiser wants. And he's trying to generate publicity for himself. He's not a trader. Trader implies you've worked in the industry as a professional. Even he's been introduced as having worked on Wall Street. He's never worked on Wall Street. He probably trades here and there from his mom's IRA in his mom's basement. Okay? The guy's a complete clown. He doesn't know what he's talking about. I've seen his little videos. His trading skills are about similar to someone in high school. He's completely clueless. Now, let me just go and show you before he got on his little marketing campaign. This is one of his first videos. This gives you an idea, and this was it's called How to Buy Stocks Online Safely. So that's kind of a catchy headline, right? How to buy stocks online safely. That's almost as if he's giving away some type of a secret information. Well, as you're going to see, all he's doing is showing you how to sign up for an account or put in a stock order through a brokerage firm. This is the type of audience he's targeting, folks. He's targeting the most naive, dumbest idiots that have no clue even how to buy a stock online. And he's targeting this audience because these are the types of people that are not going to see that he's a con man and that he doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. You understand how these con men work? You see, they don't try to attract the most intelligent, informed people. That's what individuals who provide real analysis and insight do, such as myself. I try to attract the best fund managers in the world. And I can tell you that many of them do listen to me. They call in, ask for advice for their funds. They buy the research that we publish. You've got the snake oil salesmen, the con men, the charlatans that are out there on the CNBC, everywhere where they can market to the clowns, the sheep. These are the guys who are looking to steal money from you. They're looking to sell you bullshit. I'll just go ahead and play an excerpt of this video to give you an idea the types of idiots this guy's targeting.
Hello folks, this is Alessio Rastani here. I would like to show you in this video how we would go about buying shares and selling them online using an online discount broker. I've had a few mentees of mine asking me how essentially you would go about trading shares or buying and selling them online.
Did you hear that? I've had a few mentees. I guess that's his word for people that follow him. He's their mentor. So if he's their mentor, they don't even know how to buy stocks online. Wow. He's managed to gather some major stupid sheep. Unbelievable.
So I have over here my online discount broker, Options Express, open. Once you open your own account, what you can do then is essentially you just go on this tab that you see here.
By the way, this video I believe was uploaded in 2009. And I mean, he acts like it's 1998, you know, when online trading was, I mean, even still, most people knew how to trade online or buy stocks online. It's 2009 when he's making this video. I mean, he acts like this is like a new deal, like the internet just came out. Wow.
And you just choose the one that says stock. Once you press stock, then this page will open, as you can see here. I'm not going to take a step-by-step through the procedure of how we place a buy order to buy some shares. In this example, you see here, it asks for the stock symbol. So the stock symbol I'm going to choose here is going to be Microsoft. No specific reason why I'm choosing Microsoft. It's just this example I'm doing. If you don't know the symbol of your stock, all you can do is go on this function here, is this buying symbol. Now, so action. What do you want to do? You want to buy? You want to sell?
I mean, can you believe? It's like he's explaining this to a 6-year-old. I mean, these are the types of sheep that these con men target because they can feed them any bullshit. And unfortunately, this is the type of people who are the gold bugs, the people that believe the dollar is going to collapse. These are the types of dingbats that you're talking about. It's just shocking how many stupid, absolutely brainless people there are. I never knew. I want to thank YouTube and the internet for enabling me to see just how many really stupid people there are out in the world, because I never knew it was this bad.
I'm placing a buy order, so let's buy. Quantity, so I'm buying, let's just say 100 shares. Let's keep it a round, simple figure. I'm buying 100 shares of Microsoft. Next bit says...
Street, that's a fact. Of course, whenever you see a bunch of idiots gathering, and you'll see a bunch of comment, they'll say, oh, okay, here we go. We have a bunch of sheep. Let me pretend like I watched the video, and let me just, promote my own snake oil. So that's kind of a confirmation from other con men that this guy's a con man. So let's take a look at some of his other videos. Controversial trader. Yeah, he's a controversial trader because he trades in his mom's basement. I mean, listen, if you're going to go to somebody, an authority, at least, make sure he's worked on Wall Street. This guy, notice he wears his little suit and tie to make it look like he's an industry professional. The guy has never spent a day on Wall Street. That's a fact. Of course, he's there with Peter Schiff. It's suitable, right? So it's currently November 2013. So this is approximately sometime in 2011. So now we have 3 years ago. 3 years ago would be 2010, right? And 4 years ago, he started this channel, 2009. So isn't that interesting? He started this channel after the financial crisis. He's another example of these profiteers that have never been seen or heard from before, and all of a sudden they're experts, right? But let's see what he was doing. Even when he came out 4 years ago, he was just showing you his video in Tehran. And then 3 years ago, in 2010, he wants to show you his snowstorm in Maryland. Well, let's have a look at this.
I'm standing here in 20 inches of snow in Maryland. I can tell you it's an absolutely amazing view. You're not going to see anything like this in England.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful. But
clown, who of course is going to be dressed in a suit and tie to make you think that, he's actually an industry professional, when the fact is he's jobless. I'm willing to bet he's never held a real job in his life, because I don't think he's employable. So let's go ahead and listen to this.
And you're listening to London Real.
From them. They should be having their head buried.
And
wow.
Literally within 24 hours,
that's
we
so
agreed
cool.
to come on the show.
You stupid
I decided
weasel.
to invite the...
Doesn't this guy look and sound like a weasel? I mean, seriously.
Robin Hood of Wall Street, Alessio Rastani.
The Robin Hood of Wall Street. Okay, Robin Hood. So, wait a second. Robin Hood, he stole from the rich to give to the poor, didn't he? This Alessio guy is trying to steal from the poor to make himself rich. He's a con man. By the way, folks, anybody, anytime that uses that term or something similar, they call themselves the Robin Hood of this or that, you better well damn fucking believe it's going to be the opposite. Great example is Robinhood app, which I exposed many years ago, and I instantly knew that was a scam, because I knew they were selling order flow. Okay, and that's how I knew all these guys that claimed that they're traders, right? That they were successful traders, Ricky Gutierrez and all these fucking kids. Folks, any serious person who's actually doing well trading, which I don't think there's anybody out there who's going to, but like I mean, if you're using a trading app to trade, and you're trying to tell people that you're knowledgeable about trading, you're not even knowledgeable. You're a fucking idiot. Because the most important thing, if you want to even have a chance to make trades, you know what the most important thing is fucking order execution. And you damn better well believe you're not going to get good order execution if you're putting your orders in through trading apps that give you free trading. Okay? You understand? That's how I knew all these guys were not even doing any trading. They're all frauds. And they're complete fucking idiots. They don't even know what I told you. Right? No serious person who trades is going to use trading apps. You're going to get shitty order execution. Anyway, that's all I'm going to post on these fraudsters.
Everybody on YouTube, folks, you go and find Humble Trader. She's a fraud. She's a complete scam artist. All these people promoting day trading, they're frauds. Every single person talking about stocks on YouTube is a scammer. Write it down. I found a new one, by the way. Apparently, the fake investment guru scam has extended to India. And you got these guys, same bullshit. Honestly, YouTube needs to be shut down. It's a criminal fucking operation. It's a completely disgusting fucking scam portal. It is dumbing down people who watch this shit. Complete fucking scam. Run by the fucking mafia, as you all know.